Ready, Daniel? Anytime? Thank you, sir.
We're ready.
That Dan Filato point can only mean the podcast, our special vacation podcast. Who's got a bigger work ethic than this show? No one has a better work ethic. Right, Dan? I mean, would you say Dan went to Chicago on a whirlwind trip and came back? Dan likes to go back to the motherland, as we call it, Deutschland, on some of the vacation day. How was Chicago? How was the Windy City?
It was amazing, as usual.
Was it feeling second rate to New York to you? I mean, as always?
Never.
Dan, of course, the great Gene Wilder died. You know, we've mentioned before that if you get the New York Times for no other reason, it's worth the price just for the obituaries because it's so thorough. It is the paper of record, unlike the Chicago Trib. And, you know, the details, I was a fan of Gene Wilder. I learned shit about him in his obituary that I just never knew. And what a fascinating guy, unbelievably talented. Of course, you know, we love him, and we'll talk about that with our guest. Our guest, the man that was the impetus, whatever that means, the guy who made us, you know, have this special show because he was coming here anyway to do some, to give me some book learning. The great Anthony Bozza, my co-author for 2 best-selling books. Of course, the first one debuted at #1. Anthony Bozza is our guest.
Hello.
What's up, buddy?
Hello, quitters.
Now, did you, as you did before, did you bring another bearded food expert who hates me?
Oh, you made his life. He still talks about it. He does. He wants to know what other food he can send over for you guys.
Well, listen, did you, just the food, not him.
Yeah, I know. He fanned out a little bit.
He's a nice guy. He's a great guy, but, you know, just interrupted quite a bit.
Yeah, I know.
But it was a great conversation.
He got comfortable
actually.
Real quick.
But that's fine. I want fans to do that. I like when a fan does that because sometimes fans sit there and they're just creepy, like they stare.
Right.
And, you know, he was engaging. I like that because it does mean he feels comfortable. Like, I like a fan to think like we're their friend going to work. Of course, you know, with the Stern Show, that was, I believe, at any moment, 11 million people. With us, it's my cousins. And they can listen at any time. But Ant brought a hipster. I saw Ant.
You like the hipster.
Well, I saw Ant's neighborhood. He moved to Williamsburg.
Yep.
And Brooklyn, and I can't believe how fast that became San Francisco in the 60s.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
I moved in like 6 years ago, and
Right.
just the difference between that is crazy.
You were on the cutting edge.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know,
a little late even.
It's
but.
all about artistic vision with $18 hummus sandwiches.
Yeah.
But I must say, the Nighthawk Cinema, which is a hipster place out there, how do the women grow beards? I don't understand. Everyone has a fucking beard.
Yeah.
And they did a great thing. This guy, out of the blue, had a screening of Dirty Work, and I did a Q&A. And it was a lot of fun, and we played the Q&A last week. And now they're doing Beer League.
Awesome.
Which is great. I mean, it makes my life worthwhile. Well, it's still pretty much a waste, but, you know.
And that place is cool because they serve drinks and food. And they usually do a special menu for the movie. So
Right,
for Beer League, it's probably going to be like
Beer League will be
awesome.
beer.
And dogs.
Yeah,
and,
it'll be kraut.
Yeah.
It'll be Italian beef.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait because it shows that people enjoy the films. They knew the lines to the movie.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
That crowd, that venue attracts serious diehard movie people.
Right.
And it's pretty fun.
Well, there were a couple of stoner kids.
Oh,
who
that
were
one
there.
guy.
Yeah. He
was
about
so high.
I talk about the pot smoking
Visibly
laugh.
high.
The pot smoking laugh I thought was indigenous to my hometown, but it's not. There's certain people, there's some gene you have where if you smoke enough weed, you get this laugh. And you laugh at the most inappropriate times, and every one of them it's the same laugh for every one of them. You could be Chinese, you could be African American, you could be black, you could be white American, you could be Italian, but
Native American.
Yeah, this is the laugh. And you laugh at they start to laugh at anything. Like my one friend, this kid, Mickey Trezza. Who last time I saw him, he was making out with an ATM machine outside a outside of Cro-Mag's concert
Nice
on the Bowery.
reference.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Johnny Bloodclot.
Nice.
The toughest human being I've ever met in my life. He was friends with Brian Callen, who was in the original cast of Mad TV. And Brian, we were back in New York doing the upfronts for the advertisers. That's right, I'm in show business. I was the upfronts. In the mid-'90s, I'm in upfronts. Okay, what the fuck were you doing? Not you, Ed. The royal you.
In college.
Yeah, and I at the after party, where George Clooney was still on ER, making out with this chick. What the fuck was her name? Well, she did a couple of movies. Oh, was she hot?
Carmen Electra.
Yeah, well, I wish. But Brian Callen said to me, "My friend Johnny Bloodclot's coming," and I said, "The guy from the Cro-Mags?" He goes, "You know the Cro-Mags?" I go, "Dude, I've noticed since 1986. I went to their concert once in the Bowery at not CBGB's, the Bowery Ballroom, Webster Hall.
Oh yeah,
It was the Ritz.
used to be the Ritz.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. And I saw the Cro-Mags there.
That's awesome.
I saw Southside John there. I saw Tom Petty there, and I saw Joe Walsh do a benefit for the New York chapter of the Hells Angels. This is 1988.
Holy shit.
1988. Joe Walsh had to have a blood alcohol level, I'm going to say, of 14.6. And it was in his drinking days. And he let the Hells Angels take over the show. So he's playing like a sloppy Rocky Mountain Way. And then you just hear one of the Hells Angels go, "Rocky fucking Mountain Way! What the fuck, man? Kill all posers!"
Whoa. On the mic?
Yeah. Yeah, he just came on the mic. He came on stage and took the microphone.
Damn.
And Joe Walsh let it happen because, quite frankly, you let them do what they want to do.
Well, and they have the headquarters on 4th Street.
Well, is it
Just
still
right down
there?
the street. Well, it was when I moved 6 years ago.
I walked by there quite a bit, and the rule
I
is,
think it is.
Yeah, don't look at it.
Yeah, right.
Don't make eye contact.
Yeah.
They had the coolest headquarters, man. It's like they just
awesome.
They took an address. It was a 4th or 3rd. It was down the street from the Bottom Line.
Yeah, it's either 4th or 3rd.
Okay.
It's on East. It's between like 1st and 2nd.
Real
or
cool
2nd and
area.
3rd.
Well, back in the day, though, when I first saw it, that's back when that area was. Now it looks like Disney built a Lower East Side ride.
Yeah. I know.
But back then it was edgy, New York edgy, dangerous, and just why I was there, I'd rather not say. But
I know. I used to get sent down there by an editor from Rolling Stone.
Really?
I can't name. Yeah.
Well, put it this way: was it the Chinese guy?
Ben Fong Torres.
Ben Fong Torres. Ben Fong Torres, who sat in the Howard Stern studio right next to me for 4 hours. I didn't know he was a famous guy.
He's great.
I didn't know he was a Chinese guy from Almost Famous, and because they were doing a Stern article on Howard, and he was sat in on the show for 2 days, 4 straight hours. As Ben Fong Torres, and I thought it was just a Chinese guy with a pad, and I thought some other. I said, well, who was actually doing the article? I said, "Are you doing the laundry of the guy writing the article?"
Oh my God!
And everybody laughed, and then Ben Fong Torres didn't laugh, but then he laughed. He said, "I said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were Ben Fong Torres, the Chinese guy from Almost Famous." And then I don't think he's Chinese, so he's very insulted. I said, "Well, dude, it's a common mistake." He goes, "No, it's not actually."
It's a complicated name.
Is he Filipino? Like, he's got that Spanish. When an Asian guy has a Spanish name, it's Filipino, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or their father was a Spanish guy who adopted them. Again, I saw a documentary. Soon Yi at the fucking Knick games. Again, I've said this before in the air. I get so mad. She doesn't stand sometimes for the Star Spangled Banner. And it's like, I get so angry. Now, tell me if I'm wrong here. Ant, you're an intellectual. Tell me if I'm wrong. I get so, is this racial? I get so mad. I go, sweetie, get the fuck up. On your feet, hat off, hand on heart. Okay? Because if it wasn't for what the country that fucking song represents, and a broad who grew up in that country, being an open-hearted woman, you would be dead for like about 4 years already. You would have died with flies flying around your sweaty forehead. That's abnormally large.
That's
Yeah, it is. and you would have died of some malaria. Complications from the flu would have killed you, just in a remote area. Instead, Mia Farrow finds you, and instead of dying with malaria, you have better Nick tickets than Tom Brokaw.
And you got a husband out of the deal. I mean,
Yeah, your husband happens to be
husband.
the most prolific filmmaker in the history of the world. Who grew up in this country. Who, thank God for you, is a pervert who wanted to fuck you at 17.
I'm with you. Get the fuck up.
Right, get up.
Get up.
Get up, honey. I want you to know every word to the goddamn song. How's that sound? She's got this aloof attitude like, I don't want to be here with her. That's my impression. From Wild Man Blues, the documentary about the two of them, which is the most fascinating. We're seeing those two interact. It's the most fascinating. She's retarded.
Really?
And
I haven't seen it.
Oh.
The breakfast scenes.
Do yourself, do yourself a favor. I'm jealous of you that you haven't seen it.
It's that good.
Oh, it's that good.
Okay, I'm in.
They're in Venice, and he's neurotic in a boat at one of the canals, and the whole thing is his sister produces a documentary. They follow him around with a jazz band around Europe, and she comes. Sonia comes. It is. I'll watch it right now if you want. When we get done.
Okay.
I mean, Wild Man Blues. You have to watch it. You know, he tours Europe, and the reception he gets in like Bologna, Helsinki. It's unreal. So they're driving through the canal, and he hears like a croaking thing. He goes, "What is that? What is that?" And he's all nervous what it is. And she goes, "Oh, maybe it's a frog."
Oh my God.
And he goes, "A Venetian frog?" She says the whole thing, their whole relationship is her saying something retarded and him going, "What? What did you say?"
Really?
That's the whole thing. What do you want to do? You think dogs, what? Why? Her favorite movie of his? Manhattan. Where he fucks a 17-year-old girl.
Well, yeah.
And they don't bring it up. He goes, she loves Keaton. She's never seen Annie Hall. That's what he says. He's talking to his sister.
Wow. Is there any sort of, cuteness or, I don't know, is there any couple-ish thing that you see?
If by cuteness you mean the creepiest stuff ever.
I think there's a couple. I mean, I think the cute scene is in Hannah and her sisters, where she's running around the Thanksgiving Day table.
Well, that's the other thing. You realize that she was about 11 years old when he filmed Hannah and her sisters. And she's in the scene where they have Thanksgiving, and you wonder, was he fucking her then?
Oh, maybe just first or second base.
But that's what I mean, because that shit doesn't just happen. That shit doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
Do you think when Mia Farrow found those pictures, that was the first day they fucked?
Negative.
No. And she was 17. When did he want to start fighting? How many other Asian girls has he fucked? The man is a monster. To quote Peter Coyote in Jagged Edge again. The man is a monster. He is not a cute filmmaker from Brooklyn. He is a monster. And there you go. There's the conflict. I'm such a fan of Woody Allen. I want to see his new movie.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be great.
It's great.
He's as good as... He's the most talented filmmaker of all time. I'll say it. I co-wrote a film. Took me 6 years to make. The film's called Beer League. Okay? 6 years. I almost died from it. He makes a movie. For the last 40 years, he's made a movie a year. They never... Well, two have sucked. The one he made with the kid from American Pie is unwatchable.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah. Whatever it's called. Jake's Dilemma. What's it called?
And he's like playing him.
Another You. Yeah. Sometimes people... The worst is... I like the film Celebrity. It's not great. But Kenneth Branagh's impression of him is... I get such douche chills. I get such douche chills. He's trying... this Shakespeare smooth sort of English actors doing the nebbishy Woody Allen. Jesse Eisenberg, pretty good at doing them because, talking about looking the part.
Yeah.
And
acting the parts.
Yeah.
I mean,
On the plane going to Chicago, because we were talking about Woody before I left, I was thinking, Artie, if you had to pick 5 for somebody who never seen Woody Allen movie, 5 of his movies, what would I was trying to write them down. I couldn't pick 5.
Well, Thanks for taking us off on a tangent. It's going to be about 4 hours to discuss. I'd say take the money and run because A, it's his first, and it's arguably still his funniest. There's 4,000 jokes in that movie, and they're all great. The voiceover guy alone, the narrator alone, has some of the best jokes ever written. It's like and when he's talking about himself in the movie, it's like I did some petty crime for a while. I robbed a butcher shop. I got away with 116 veal cutlets. Then I had to go out and rob a tremendous amount of breading. I got counterfeited for a while, and I got the plating all screwed up, and Lincoln came out smoking a cigarette. For a while, he makes a meager living selling meagers. He plays the stand-up cello, the sit-down cello in the marching band, and he has to keep moving the chair. The jokes aren't even dated. They're unbelievably funny. There's stuff, and some of the stuff is just absurd, where he's breaking out of prison, and just out of nowhere in the prison yard at 3 a.m, he sees a 16-year-old girl making out with one of the inmates, and he grabs the girl and puts the fake gun to her head and says, "Okay, warden, I got your daughter." The warden goes, "Hold your fire, men! What is she doing down there? She was kissing Kowalski. Is Kowalski a midget? No." Then you hear him, "Is he a midget? No, he's not. He said he's not a midget." And then they just start shooting at him again. He leaves the girl and runs. They've never explained it. Is Kowalski a midget? The chain gang. He escapes with the chain gang, and he's having like a girly moment with his girlfriend, and the chain gang's goofing on him. Oh. I want you to tell your wife. If it was my wife, I would belt her one. They got away impersonating an immense charm bracelet. Oh. Again, so I'd have to put that again. That's 3 minutes of it. When he gets the gang together before to show them films of the bank. And the narrator just tells each one of these idiots walks in and he tells them why they're wanted. Buster Chessman, wanted all over for dancing with a mailman. Ed Bergendahl, wanted all over for arson, murder, and getting naked in front of his in-laws. The crazy German. He hires a German guy. The premise is to rob the bank. They're going to pretend they're making a movie of a bank robbery, and the German guy who he hires to be the director of the movie gets carried away and forgets it's a bank robbery and really thinks they're making a film. So he says to them, "You will be my actor. You will enter the bank and say, 'Up with your hands,' the shtick up, thereby announcing our theme." Say it. Say a line. Up with your hands. No. Listen, we're not really making a movie. We're robbing a bank. Oh, I'm sorry. Fools in Hollywood. They did not recognize genius. I work with all of the big people. Rudolph Valentino, Ruth and Gehrig. Ruth and Gehrig were baseball players. I was also bat boy for the Yankees. I can't even stop. You know how disappointing it is that the guy that wrote that married his daughter? It's just so disappointing. Yeah. There's so many examples, and he justifies it by saying, "I'm an artist, the heart wants." Fuck you. I'm no feminist. But what he did to Mia Farrow is the worst thing a human being could do to another. Forget men and women, just two human beings. This woman saved that girl's life. Again, I was joking around about the Knick tickets, but it's true. She had better seats than me. I was born in Jersey. And I'm like, get up, honey. And does she know, did she lose money because fucking Rory Sparrow made a bad pass in 1984? Did she lightning the under when Bernard King... forget it. No, she didn't. Did Larry Bird make 2 foul shots with his eyes closed to cover? Forget it. Forget it. No, she wasn't there. She was not there. Instead, she's just whining, got that whiny look. And Mia Farrow goes. She's got 14 kids. She saved all of them. No, Woody's got a point. He kept his own apartment for good reasons. I mean, that's like harboring cats or something. But saved the girl's life. That's not an overstatement. He saved this girl's life. He took her from Mia Farrow took her from a third world country where, you die of the flu. You die of the flu, and your father gets eaten by a lion when you're 2. Got eaten by a lion, and you carry buckets of water on your fucking head. That might be Nigerian. So I mean, but I'm just saying it's not a great area. And not only does she save her life, and she saves her life, and does she give she doesn't give her a house in like Sea Caucus with an above ground pool. And a white trash neighbor family where...
Which would be nice.
Yeah, right, exactly. Compared to where she's from, that would have been a godsend. Look, I got you a $200,000 house in Cranford, New Jersey.
You got a pool.
You got an above-ground pool. Your neighbors are white trash people who never wash. And the woman sings God Bless America, whatever Nick DiPaolo.
No tigers.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You'll be sick.
Yeah, there's no tigers. And there's medicine for the flu. There's antibiotics. There's CVS up the street. We have refrigeration. When it gets hot, here's something called air conditioning. You turn the switch. Now it's not hot anymore. You're comfortable. There's blankets. You don't have to carry the water on your head. It comes out of a faucet. The water you put on... Again, I think that's Nigerian. But again, so she didn't give her that. She gives her not only life here, she gives her Fifth Avenue.
Central Park
Views of Fifth Ave.
Tell me about it.
Fifth Ave, she's on the set of Hannah and the fucking Sisters. She had her SAG card 10 years before me. You know what I mean? Unbelievable.
She had health insurance.
And when her forehead started to get abnormally large, like it is, did they let her go? Like the Kennedys with the chick who jerked off at the table? No. They tried. She got into NYU. Come on. NYU. She did. She apparently she's a filmmaker. She hasn't made a film yet. She's 68. Whatever. She showed her a life of privilege. She's a 1%er. She goes from dying of malaria with flies flying around her to a 1%er. A life of privilege. Tavern on the fucking Green. You understand me? She has servants. And, and Mia Farrow gives her that life. How is Mia Farrow repaid? This girl who she raised fucks her husband after he seduces her. It's basically they're married through the Commonwealth marriage, whatever you fucking call it. And he's her dad. She knows no other father. Again, her father was eaten by a lion. Alan's not going to get eaten by a lion in Brooklyn? So the dad, the stepdad happens to be, the greatest filmmaker of all time. Now, here's the thought. Any chick, if they knew, would you take this deal? You could have a life of privilege instead of flies flying around you and getting killed. You could have Nick tickets that are better than Tom Brokaw, NYU, Fifth Avenue views. You got to fuck Woody Allen. I'd do it. Where's his cock?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to do it. You got to do it.
Malaria or
right.
myopia.
Malaria or hotel. The hotel rooms are Wild Man Blues they get. They're the biggest. They're the size of housing units. You got to see. Remember the one that they have an enormous. Their showers like a pool.
Yes.
And they're in robes. She tries to order breakfast. She doesn't even know how to do it.
She really just incapable of anything.
She seems stupid. And again, her cranium is very big. She has a big cranium.
Yeah.
Right there. I mean, is something wrong with her?
I think that there's something wrong with her.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really?
And she talks so slow and
he's clearly a genius. You're talking about the guy who wrote Crimes and Misdemeanors. Take the Money and Run from a comedy standpoint. Crimes and Misdemeanors, which is a masterpiece. Match Point.
Match Point.
Yeah. Match Point has the best use of irony at the end I've ever seen, maybe in a thriller. When he throws that ring, you think that's going to fuck him, and it saves him. That's unbelievable.
That's on my list of 5. It has to be there. Match Point has to be there for me.
Everybody talks about it. It's on Dan Filato's top 5. No, but it is. It's that's modern. You want modern? They did that within 10 years, and now he's still the movies. One movie a year for 40 fucking years, and guess what? Sometimes they're not that great. They never totally suck, except American Pie Guy. And they're usually pretty good, and sometimes they're outright masterpiece. Like, that's, why not any movie star, any A-lister, why not when they want to do, they still want to do the films? Because you might get an Oscar. You might get a fucking Oscar. So that's the life. And this guy starts to seduce her when she's 16, I think maybe 11, but... and how is Mia Farrow paid back? One day she finds, while she's shooting a film with the guy, Husbands and Wives, which she's brilliant in. A day is left of shooting. In the film. And she finds naked pictures that Woody Allen took of this girl that she saved. Naked pictures. And realizes they're fucking. Talk about devastation. Your world comes crumbling down. And she had a day of work left on Husbands and Wives. A scene with him, okay, that he's directing.
Jeez.
Okay? Now listen, I haven't gone to days of work on a movie because my ankle hurt. I haven't gone because, the heroin dealer was not there on time. Which is a serious issue.
It's hard to count on those kind of guys.
It is. Mr. Rolls. Mia Farrow, after finding naked pictures of this woman, she went to work. She got there on time. She went through hair and makeup. They rehearsed. She's brilliant in it. And then she left and never saw him again. Well, she saw him in court when she was accusing him of fucking their other daughter. Now listen, do I think what she accused him of with the other girl, the children, is true? No, I don't think Woody Allen abused that little girl. I think Mia Farrow was so angry, she literally saw red. And, maybe she really thinks that happened. Because she realizes he's a monster. And I guess rightfully he got off. But Soon-Yi and him, they break up, still together. Unbelievable. He can have any chick he wants. Think of the illness. Any chick he wants. Any 17-year-old Asian he wants. For way cheaper. I'm sorry. It's just a financial fact. Way cheaper than flying her on a private jet to tour Europe.
Well, yeah, that's why. I mean, I was just asking: is there some other little characteristic that's unique?
There's an illness. You're right. Yeah.
To Soon-Yi that would, something that you could see working in his brain, but I'm getting nothing from you guys.
Well, there's the illness. The difference is the other girls are not his daughter.
Yeah. So is that
he's a fucking perverted freak?
Is that the kink then?
Yeah. Oh. Well, that's these Hollywood motherfuckers who defend Roman Polanski and Woody Allen. And look, Woody Allen, talk about where are the feminists in Hollywood behind Mia Farrow? She basically has never had another significant part. He's won 3 Oscars since.
Yeah.
They embraced him. But bye, Mia. You're whining. Get over it. It's because they try to seem so cosmopolitan. They try to seem so hip, and nothing shocks us. Sexual hang-ups, that doesn't mean anything. Get over it. Get over it. Bill Clinton gets blown in the Oval Office. That the man wants what the man wants. He's a great guy at letting the coal get bombed. Yeah. He's one of us. So the women get fucked, I guess, huh? Where are the feminists taking care of Mia Farrow? No, they get they abandon her. Roman Polanski. You know what I say to these people? Say out loud. Write down what Roman Polanski did, and then slowly say it out loud, and see if you not only not want to let him make a film. How do you not hit him with a fungo bat when you see him? He gave a 13-year-old girl Quaaludes in a hot tub and fucked her in the ass. Okay, what time's my call time for the pianist? Say that out loud. At Jack Nicholson's house. Nicholson wasn't in town. He was in Aspen. What if that happened to your daughter, Jack? What if your daughter was the one who gave lewds to? would we have the last we would have seen of Roman Polanski would have been 1978. And the daughter, the girl, when she gets interviewed now, she somehow has this Stockholm thing where she doesn't really blame him,
that.
or doesn't really blame him. Roman Polanski, brilliant guy, not Woody Allen. Rosemary's Baby, Chinatown. My God, how good is Chinatown?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Even that, did he do the Ghostwriter something recently? That was
Yeah,
pretty
I
good?
think he
What
did
did
the
he
Ghost
do?
That was pretty good.
What did he
Ghost
do?
Rider.
Oh,
Ghostwriter?
Ghostbusters.
yeah.
Yeah, new one.
Maybe I wish.
I got in trouble for that too. Now
I saw that on
I
the
tweet,
tweets.
Yeah, I tweeted out the fucking what's her name?
Leslie Jones.
I said for the second time this summer, a horrible video, embarrassing video released with Leslie Jones in it.
Which is funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny when I read it.
Yeah. Well, some people were like, "Oh, that's racist." How's that racist? How's it racist?
No, it's if anything, you're just judging the Ghostbusters film.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then you realize everyone in Hollywood's involved with the film. Well, I'm lucky
I
if
didn't see it.
Lucky I'm doing dinner theater next week. I'll be on my couch. So that's the point. I forgot the point I made 4 hours ago, but
But it has been made.
yeah, again, come on, guys.
Do you think the first call that Mia made was to Sinatra? To have him whacked?
Well, it sounds like eventually that conversation was had. It sounds like Sinatra, but Sinatra died in '98, so it's a full 6 years he was on Earth when that. Supposedly he did say like that little motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
Which brings us to Ronan Farrow. Now, Woody Allen and Mia Farrow, another fascinating part of this story. 1987, they have a little boy, and it's Mia Farrow. It's Woody Allen. Supposedly, Woody Allen's only biological kid he's ever had with a broad, and the name is Satchel. Woody Allen names the kid after Satchel Paige, black pitcher. Which I get another liberal thing. Like, okay, we get it. You're not racist. We fucking get it. Poor kid's name is Satchel because you got to look not racist. Satchel Allen.
At least it's a very with the times name.
Yeah, right.
I've seen a lot of those.
40th anniversary of his death. so now poor Satchel Allen goes into the world, and he's Satchel Allen until the scandal happens. And he's not taking the kid. He clearly doesn't want him. Mia Farrow sort of, maybe does she brainwash, switches the kid's name to Ronan. I don't know what the significance is. So he's not Satchel, he's Ronan Farrow. And he gets older.
After the De Niro movie?
Yeah,
Like, really?
big fan of that.
Yeah.
She's a big she's a big fan of
Get out of here.
Raging Bull Farrow.
He's so funny in that one.
Okay,
Anyway, sorry.
He is good. Okay, so now the kid gets older, and Daddy brings up Frank Sinatra. The kid does not look like Woody Allen.
No, at all.
Oh.
The kid looks very much like Frank Sinatra.
Oh.
When he was young. The kid, and the kid looks like a young Frank Sinatra.
Blue eyes.
And there's a very big rumor that he fucked her after the scandal.
Oh, here comes Dan with some evidence. Oh, whoa. Facial structure.
Is that guy? Is that kid the son
my
of a?
God.
Is that kid the son of a Jew from Brooklyn?
Yeah, there's one thing Woody does not have, and that would be cheekbones,
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
I know.
That kid has cheekbones and a real chin.
Well, listen.
Jeez.
The
Good looking kid.
The only thing that that would make Frank Sinatra say he's not my kid is a theory I have about him. He's a little, I don't know. Talks a little like he could give you change for a $3 bill.
Oh,
I don't know if he has a
how
girlfriend.
dare you say that in Hoboken, sir?
Does he have a girlfriend? I don't know. It's just a theory.
Does he have a partner?
It's a theory on my part. Well, Dan's my
Interesting.
partner.
But wow, really, the
Yeah.
uncanny.
I mean, he looks like a young Blue Eyes. Those
Yeah.
piercing blue eyes. Right, Dan? He's hot as hell,
There's
right?
there's no way that he's Woody Allen's kid.
Isn't he hot? The kid?
Yeah, because I mean, Mia's beautiful and has
Mia has those. Maybe it's
facial
all Mia
structure.
Farrow. Maybe it's all, but
Does she have? She has blue eyes, right? Yeah, they're really
I think
light.
she has piercing blue eyes, right? Does she? I
Could
think she
be,
does.
but you know what? I mean, listen, Woody. If you take the mean of the median of
Right.
those features, still not going to look like
no,
that. Way
absolutely.
closer to Frank.
No way. Way closer.
How tall is he?
The
How
kid?
tall is the kid? That's an easy way to figure it out because Mia's short.
Yeah, I
Woody's
don't know.
shorter.
I mean, he does. I mean, like you're right. I mean, Woody Allen's a short.
Tiny.
I was in an elevator with Woody Allen once at a Knick game. Me, Woody Allen, Soon Yi, David Duchovny, and my agent James Baby Doll Dixon. He took me to. I had the Jay-Z seats for the only time in my life. John Stewart, who's represented by this guy, a couple of times I met John Stewart. He always treated me very nicely. And Dixon and him were going to the Knick game one night. I got a late call from Dixon last minute. I was home for a week hiatus from the Norm show. And he goes, babe, let's get a steak and go to the Knick game. Johnny Stewart gave us, he said you could have the ticket. I brought up your name. He goes, I love it. Give me the ticket. So we sat next to Jay-Z and a kid named Tata. He was like a 14-year-old kid wearing a bow tie. And I don't know if it was Jay-Z's kid. I don't know what it is. But LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers were playing. This was 2003, before the decision to go to Miami.
Wow.
So they're playing. I was a foot. LeBron James scored 41 points having a full conversation with Jay-Z.
Amazing.
Full conversation. And every once in a while, he'd talk to the kid next to Jay-Z. So LeBron James would run a
Just
high
like while he's going down the line.
Yeah. He'd run a high pick and roll and go, yo, Ta!
No way.
And I'd say to James Baby Doll Dixon, I'd say, is that a nickname for Jay-Z? And I realized, no, he's talking to the kid next door. Ta. Ta. Or Ta. And then I've seen him with Ta in other areas, too. I guess he's a kid he had, right? I mean,
Wow.
black people do that. They have kids. Ta. I think it's a great part of their culture. Like Cromartie, he's a rich man spreading his seed. That's what the Romans did. He makes money and he's spreading his seed. Tell these chicks to just raise him and shut up. They're getting checks at least until he's,
Gets in trouble.
until he's not a defensive back for the Jets anymore. That's a long-term job. But I'm saying, the Ta was the kid's name. And Jay-Z and LeBron James would like hit a three and go, yo, Ta, that was for you, Ta.
Oh, man.
And then one time I got drunk and I answered as Ta. Jay-Z gave me a look. I said, we got 99 problems and Ta ain't one.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Very hip. But
All right, Ronan is 5'10". Frank was 5'8".
Okay, so
Woody's 5'5".
Woody's 5'5". At
And
that game,
Mia
Frank
is
was
small,
5'8".
correct?
Frank was 5'8".
Frank's 5'8".
Wow, I tower over him. And how old's Mia? How tall is Mia?
She's tiny.
Mia is 5'4".
Ronan is?
5'10".
And how tall are you, Dan?
5'11".
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. So, at that game, you go through a special elevator. And we go down the elevator. It's packed elevator, like awkwardly packed. And Woody Allen and Mia Farrow. No. Woody Allen and Soon Yi. And me and James Baby Doll Dixon and David Duchovny. And a bunch of people who weren't famous. And listen, Soon Yi's forehead invades your space. It invades your space. I couldn't, I wanted to say hi to Woody Allen, but his...
You couldn't see past it?
I said, your wife's forehead is in the way, Woody, but I'm a big fan.
You try to reach over, shake his hand?
I can get around. I can do a reach around the park. Her forehead's quite an issue. And I said, what if this elevator gets stuck for 4 hours?
Wow.
What if this elevator gets stuck for 4 hours?
You'd see Woody Allen do like a serious neurotic freak out
And
live. That would be cool.
What if I had to take a diabetic piss? No. I'd say, see, Suni, this would have been your life.
Oh, were you drinking back then?
Oh, man. I was doing everything.
You would have been...
I think I was on ecstasy drinking.
Wow.
I was gambling. I bet against LeBron. That was good. What's the line if he's talking to Ta? How much? How much is the under over if LeBron James having a full conversation with Jay-Z's kid while he's playing? One of the most impressive things I've ever seen. I said to James, he's having a full conversation with Jay-Z and Ta. And the other players, and Delonte West was on that team too.
Oh, God.
And little did I know he's fucking Jay-Z's mother. Not Jay-Z's mother. Wow, what a slip that was. Not Jay-Z.
Oh, no.
LeBron James' mom. Delonte West is fucking her. She might have been there. She might have been next to us. What an illness.
Ta.
Oh, yeah, Ta.
So Woody didn't have better seats than Jay-Z, did he?
Jay-Z sits on the floor. But as one of his lyrics says, he goes, I'm spiked out. I could trip a referee.
Right.
Spiked out meaning Spike Lee, of course, tripping a referee. But see, Woody Allen doesn't want those seats. He's not about tripping a referee. He's not like Spike Lee guarding the other players. There was that one that time Reggie Miller scored 80. Spike Lee was guarding him. Sit down, you cricket. That's what comedy was. Comedy. You can't even do it anymore. When Eddie Murphy used to do, I was thinking about this the other day. When Eddie Murphy used to do the Arsenio Hall show, it was basically the Eddie Murphy show. He took over. He was so confident, Eddie Murphy, that like comics, they're not. He was a rock star.
Yeah.
Like Kinnison was, like these guys. Richard Pryor was, the way they take the stage. Carlin, there's an edge, there's a danger. They were rock stars. And Chris Rock takes the stage like that, too. It's more like a rock star thing. And, that's... who's the comic I was talking about? Who did I just talk about?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
So when he did Arsenio Hall, he had such confidence that he could turn on the funny at any given moment. He let you know I could be the funniest person on the planet at any moment. But I don't want to be. I'm going to be low key. So he would do that on the show. So he was talking about Spike Lee. And he would go, yeah, you just got to be famous to get women, man. You got to be good looking. Not like Spike Lee gets women. Women love Spike Lee. And Spike looked like a cricket. And I realized the difference between talking black and white can at times be one letter. In that sentence, Spike looked like a cricket. If you put an S after the word look, you sound like a white person. Spike looks like a cricket. If you take the S away, that's all you have to do. You sound black. Spike looked like a cricket.
Yeah.
Think about that. That's incredible. I thought of that myself. I'm gonna say if I taught English, that's what I do.
Linguistics
Right.
with Professor
Right.
Lang.
And Eddie Murphy just has to turn the black up just a little bit. Spike looked like a cricket. Or you go, Spike looks like a cricket. One's white, one's black. One's also the proper thing, and one's wrong. I'll let you guess which is which. But one's so much cooler. I said before, the blacks are so much cooler. They're just cooler people. Cool, just cooler people. Well, the kid who played Raj on What's Happening, though.
The token geek.
Dan, your one black friend in high school that I don't think exists, but what's his name? Stan Lawrence?
Wow. How could you remember that?
Oh, I try to remember. I remember every black name. I have a list. Angie's list. No, it's called Angelo's list, my cousin. Now, were you cooler than Stan?
No.
I hope not. Jesus Christ. Was he cooler than you because he was black or just because everyone's cooler than you?
Pretty much everyone was cooler than me at that point. I wasn't until Disco Demolition, until I started working in radio. Then I became...
You did?
Yeah. Then I figured it out.
What'd you figure out? You're not even close to cool now. When did it stop? You consider yourself a cool person?
I think
He's unbelievable. How delusional.
No.
How delusional.
Anthony wants to hang with me.
No, he
I
doesn't.
think you're cool, man.
Thanks.
You're unavoidable. You're always here. No, people do love talking. People are always like, where's Dan?
Yeah.
They do. They ask that all the time. Like the Fresh Direct guy.
See, the reason why I didn't want to have it sent here when I wasn't here, because I know you'd leave it outside there.
And my maid. Where Mr. Dan? Chicago go? I really want to do that. I have a picture of me and Trump golfing, and I want to put. I'm not happy with Selma. I think she's getting. She knows I'm very friendly, and I think she's getting a little complacent. And I don't know how to have this awkward conversation, so I'm going to blow up the picture of me and Trump golfing. Just blow it up and put it above my bed. Just see how she reacts. Go, oh, I do the laundry quicker, Mr. Artie. Is that Mr. Trump? Yes, that's me and Donald. We're friends. We were golfing. You golf, Mr. Trump? I don't think she's Asian, but I made her Asian there. Yeah, Sunyi. Oh, you golf, Mr. Trump? Yeah, I do laundry quicker. See how fast those towels get out.
Yeah.
You know?
Bring up his immigration policy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, sweetie. I hope you can run. I hope you run faster than you dust.
Well, day one, he's going to be gone.
First of all, listen.
This guy.
We just watched the Trump thing. His first day is going to be very busy. I mean, you're packing in a lot of stuff. If I'm that blonde running his life now, the new one, the skeleton, you got to go. Listen, the day one thing, I appreciate it, but you got a packed morning. But the day one, you got it. Okay, you're getting a wall built. That's going to take at least the afternoon. What else you have here? You got you're throwing a lot of people out of the country.
All of them.
We know what it's going to be like. You know what it sounds like, and if it's like this, it'll be cool as hell. You know, the first few minutes of the film "Lean on Me," where Morgan Freeman plays Joe Clark, the guy who went to East Side High School in Patterson, cleaned it up. The first scene, he goes to all the scumbags. Okay, who has been suspended and let back, and who's the gang members? But can you all please get on the stage in the auditorium? Yeah, okay. Bye. You are now no longer welcome here. And he just tells them all to leave. The guards physically move them out. They chain them. The first day one, Morgan Freeman has Joe Clark, and supposedly it really happened. He got all the assholes on stage, and they think of some bye. You're not allowed in the school anymore. That's how he starts. So that's what Trump's doing. He's being Joe Clark. The first day, he's like, who is it? Who's the bye? Bye, Crip. Bye, Blood. Bye, Latin King. Bleep that out there. That's what he's saying. Is it realistic? Of course not. Is it going to be fun to watch someone try to do that? Yes. I mean, listen. What do you think jobs these people do? There's no white kids in fucking this country that wants to do what these guys do for us. When you go into a diner bathroom, it's never immaculate, but it doesn't look like the dump in Staten Island. You know why? Because somebody cleans it. Do you think fucking a white person does that? No, someone who's deathly afraid of getting arrested does it. We're going to take a piss.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is normally when I give the Cubs score. 5-2, baby.
Yeah?
Yep.
Nice. Best record in baseball, right, Dan?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I love Fresh Direct. We're loaded with Fresh Direct.
You should say that on the podcast. They'll probably give you coupons. Yeah, they'll give you coupons and shit.
We'll get a free ravioli.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you just say?
What?
What did you just say?
They'll-
What will they give us?
Coupons.
Coupons.
It's different with Fresh Direct. That's what I'm talking about on paper.
Yeah, it's like a virtual coupon. It happens on the website. I'm not kidding.
Dan physically brings it to the supermarket like that. Fucking.
Hey, it's a money saver, but only old ladies do it. No. Dude, it's how you save money. But Fresh Direct, there's like you'll see it. It shows up on the thing.
I'd rather go Rose. Are we on?
Yes, we're on.
Are we on the air?
We're on there.
Are we on the air?
We're talking about this. By the way, the look Corey Lou Mandowski makes when other people are speaking, he's certifiable. For the former campaign manager for Drunk, Corey Lou Mandowski.
Well, he's still getting paid, so
That's what I mean. So he's making points, but when other people are making a point, he looks like Charles Manson. When Don Lemon puts on his reading glasses, by the way, I want to crawl through the fucking TV and cave in his head with a bat. He's a little too thrilled with himself.
Those are some hipster
But
glasses.
what a fucking catch he is for a gay guy. What a catch. What a catch. At one of the CNN Christmas parties, him and Anderson Cooper go to the closet. That's how it happened.
yeah.
Who's the top? Who's the bottom? Dan, your thoughts? If they got it on, and they got a hotel room, and Don Lemon says, "Listen, I can't take it anymore."
Boy, I've known Don Lemon for 10 years.
Oh God, Dan, with the name dropping is so sickening. It's so sickening. I've known Don Lemon for 10 years.
Might be, this might be the real inside
There's no way
track.
Don Lemon knows who you are. Yeah. No way.
This might be the real inside track. You might know.
Well, Dan, when you do it, who's the top of them?
Is Don a switch hitter? Can he be top or bottom?
No, he's gay, right? He's full gay.
Yes. Yeah, he's gay.
I mean, these guys are catches. These guys are like smooth operators. They make good money. And
then there's Corey
make good money. Yeah, there's a Cooper's like I think Corey Lou Mandowski. He's got a big cranium.
He does.
He does.
He's got a Sunni cranium. But
he looks very surprised.
The way he says Mr. Trump too is we get it. get your fucking lips off his ass. But if you're a gay guy, Don Lemon is a huge. And look, I did the show once, and he interviewed me about the comedy. He's a real nice guy. He had a good sense of humor, and he's just a pro at what he does. I mean, my God. But Anderson Cooper, you're talking about, he's even a bigger catch because he's got Vanderbilt money. Do you realize
he's a unicorn?
His great grandfather bought all the real estate in Manhattan above 14th Street for $13.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he started a little thing called the railroads. And then, of course, his mother started that jean business, which is very big. But, yeah, again, Don Lemon is one of those guys, he just seems so condescending. He thinks he's better than you. And then he puts those reading glasses on. The hippest, most expensive. And you're just like, why am I not driving to CNN right now and trying to fight him? So we were talking about, what did you guys talk about as I was getting on the air? You were bringing up something.
Anthony asked me what the Cubs score was, and I gave it to him.
No, not that. Don't make it harder now to remember. No, I had a point about something. You guys were talking about something.
Sinatra and, Fresh Direct. We were talking about Fresh Direct.
Coupons.
Yeah, forget it.
Not that exciting.
Yeah, I had something about it.
The other 5 movie? Are we
Yeah,
doing more Woody?
I had something about it.
That's a 4-hour podcast.
We're talking to Kool Lewandowski. He's distracting. No, but the top 5 things were, that Dan brought up to recommend if someone can only watch 5 Woody Allen movies.
That's pretty hard, man.
Take the Money Run. I put on that again because all the jokes, it still stays up, and it's his first one, so it's just bad. You'd like to say one more comedy would go on. So the question is, Bananas or because here's the thing. Do you consider
Sleeper?
That's a great one.
Sleeper's amazing.
Okay, the question is Sleeper or Bananas. That's the question. Or do you consider after Annie Hall is Broadway Danny Rose an out and out comedy on the level of Take the Money and Run, or is it there's serious shit in Take the Money? Broadway Danny Rose does have a sort of romance in it.
Yeah.
Broadway Danny Rose has to be in.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a class. That is hard
good.
to fucking beat.
Yeah.
Mia Farrow's in that, and Woody Allen, of course, rewards her by having sex with her.
Oh my God.
And Mia Farrow does an excellent job. She's going off book there, off character, and she's playing a mall.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some broad. Danny's bringing some broad. I don't know. These kids over here are making me crazy over here. I gave him that. I get the mic thing from him. I gave him that. Can I say something, sweetie? Can I say something? I don't mean to be didactic or facetious in any way, shape, or form. But you know what it is? Can I say one thing? Do you love him? Do you love the man? Basically, do you love the man? That's the question. You do. Then you have to. You know what? You have to go with him. You have to go. Not for nothing. These kids nowadays, these comedians, they're dirty. I hate that. I cannot agree with you anymore. I'm down in Atlantic City. This comedian, he comes into the crowd. He's got a box. He says to my wife, I pull something out of the box, and he's got his thing in there. He's got a hole in his fingers in there. And she grabs the thing. Can I say that's disgusting? Can I say? I'm going to give you a couple of names. Mr. Bob Hope, Mr. Milton Berle, Mr. Danny Kaye. Okay, can I say that? How old are you, buddy? 40. Estimalaika. Find the boyfriend. Kill the boyfriend. Can I just say something, sweetie? You look. How old are you, darling? You don't look a day over 70. The Italian mother in that is so perfect.
I know.
Dan, we got to go back to this question. Top or bottom, you think, Don Lemon?
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Don Lemon and Anderson Cooper. Who do you think, if they had
I think
sex,
Don's a top.
If they had, you think Don's a top?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a racial thing?
I'm going to go with Don's usually a top, but not with Anderson.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You got Vanderbilt money, dude. I'd be a bottom. We're all a bottom.
This is also at the Christmas party, right?
It's spontaneous. Too many Chardonnays.
Yeah.
Champagne cocktails.
Yeah, and then of course, if Don pulls out the reading glasses. If Don pulls out the reading glasses to see your dick as a joke,
What if they exchange? Because Anderson's got a new pair of glasses now. So what if?
How do you know that?
Because I was just
What's
watching
that?
it.
The Gay Journal announced that. How do you fucking know that? Anderson, of course, has a brand. Anderson has a brand new pair of glasses.
He does a new thing like at 9 o'clock now, where it's like the Family Feud. It's got two.
He does.
Yeah, like two tables. One
Family Feud.
He's got the.
We're not talking about your fantasies.
Yeah.
What does he do?
He has he moderates 6 people.
He masturbates 6 people.
Dun, 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 dun.
He masturbates 6 people.
That's Price is Right.
It's family lewd. So what does he do, Dan? And what do they do? It's a political
Is it
thing?
like
I don't
a-
understand. And
yeah.
so
So
it's
it's
like
a
top
panel?
100 answers on the board? Number 10, Schmerkanish. What is it?
It's a panel discussion, and
And it's Family Feud?
and it's no,
Do
but
they
it
play
looks
a
like
game?
the Family Feud.
Oh.
Well, every
So
show
there's-
looks like the Family Feud. So there's people sitting to his left and to his right?
Right.
Okay. But it's not a game.
Correct.
They don't keep score.
No, they do not.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. On the right side, the Trump surrogates. Please welcome Corey Luminowski.
Who's gonna build the wall?
Who's going to build the wall?
Do we have global thermonuclear war?
How about Steve Harvey in the new Family Feud? Could a guy be mailing?
Oh, man.
He looks like he at the. Sometimes you see him cashing his check on the show. Those long suits. He could do it in a coma.
Like
In a coma.
You see him clocking out
I
on
don't
the side of the stage.
Oh my God, the money he must be raking
Oh,
in.
jeez.
Oh my! In a coma, he could do that. Those retards are like, "Okay, sweetie, how you doing, baby?" What'd you say? Angie looked like she could get down. Oh, baby. All right. What was your answer? Huh? Strep throat? Did we see strep throat? Number 1 asshole. Oh no, we don't have that. You said corpuscles? No. The correct answer was barnacles. Can we see the answer number 2? Oh, white people. Oh, CNN. And crickets. Whoa. All right, we'll come back with the final round. They're going to wake me up. He's literally sleeping. The money, too. They back up a Brinks truck for those game shows. Literally.
They really did. It's surprising that the audience and the ad money is still there. Like,
Well,
I guess
that's a
daytime
good
TV
point.
hasn't changed.
Right, you're right.
as
That's a
much
good
as
point.
life
There's a
has.
formula. I can remember being sick, a sick day as a kid. You love it. And there was
Yeah.
something about those game shows, just like these people, Gene Rayburn.
Yeah.
And to see Oscar Madison's wife outside that setting and realize she looks worse.
Yeah.
The woman who played Oscar Madison's wife in the TV show, Oscar Brett Marks, I guess she was a known act. I don't know what her deal was, but she's... I don't even know how... She's not an attractive woman. And she's next to Charles Nelson Riley.
Oh man, what did he do before that?
Black guys. No, Fred Travalena, the great ventriloquist, who's part of one of the greatest punchlines ever. Richard Lewis, of course, for Anthony and other people. I'll say it real quick. Richard Lewis used to have a joke in the 80s where he said, fighting referees stop the fight too soon after a guy just gets hit once. The guy gets hit once and the referee says, "Who's Fred Travalena?" "I don't know." "It's over." "Who's Fred Travalena?" "I don't know." "It's over." And he's an obscure, he's like a poor man's Rich Little.
Oh right,
From the 80s. We do a Love Boat every once in a while, and every once in a while you see him on a Columbo.
That's really funny.
And he does amazing impressions. And he did a bit where he does Charles Nelson Riley as Fredo in The Godfather.
Oh my God,
And
amazing.
I just can't even. I mean, it sounds too easy, but it's so fucking funny. Like they're like, how come Dad looked you over? And you're, "I don't know. I guess I'm just different." I don't know. I guess I'm just different. Yeah. So take the money and run. So bananas or sleeper? Did we put bananas or
Tough
sleeper?
one,
Well,
man.
yeah.
Those are.
And does another, so if we're going to put look, Annie Hall, of course, that has to be on it, because I'll tell you why. Annie Hall is the change. It's when he becomes this other level of a director, and he. It shows that he didn't even get through a semester at NYU. He's got not one college credit to his name, but talk about a well-read, learned guy. He's making references to Marshall McLuhan and Russian poets and Love and Death. How many books did he fucking read? So he goes to another level there. Some people abandon him, by the way. I have a cousin who just loved him as he seems too pretentious as the Annie Hall guy. And he's like, I just want the funny guy. But, so we agree that Take the Money, Run, and Annie Hall have to be on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
So, man, that means you got to, because of the sheer amount of films he's done, Manhattan doesn't go on because of Annie Hall. Crimes and Misdemeanors, Hannah and Her Sisters, Broadway, is Broadway Danny Rose on? That's 1984. Let's
Broadway
go.
Danny Rose is on mine.
Really? All right, so then... Dan, are you enough of a fan to get into this? Because I
think so. Yeah,
I am.
pretty much.
So
Yeah.
would you? Okay, so here we go. Time wise, Take the Money, Run. 69 his first film. Then you got Annie Hall. You jumped Annie Hall. If you jump to Annie Hall, you're up to 77 now.
Yeah.
It's 8 years. Broadway Danny Rose is 84. That's another 7 years. And then, well, so now what do you put? Okay, here we go. 85 is the Purple Rose of Cairo. Good try, but no, whatever. It's not. It can't be on a list like that.
Yeah.
Right.
86, Hannah and Her Sisters. 87 is September. No. 88 is Another Woman. No. He's not even in those. 89 is, again, I was a freakish fan. 89 is Crimes and Misdemeanors. Okay, here's the question. Hannah and Her Sisters are Crimes and Misdemeanors. There's the question.
Oof.
You got to put either one. The way I can see it, to go into the match point era and everything, you're up to 3 already. It's 5. You have to cut Hannah and Her Sisters are Crimes and Misdemeanors. Yeah, one has to cut.
Man, that's tough.
fucking
Well, first
hard.
of all, would you agree with that?
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
No, I think that's a really
Because
well honed.
we're going to have to put match point on it.
Yeah,
right.
I
Match
agree.
point has
That
to be
match
on.
point's amazing.
Which makes it 4. So you got to cut one of those
Jeez.
films. Because one's 1986.
So what do we pick?
One's
Do we pick
1989.
Bananas or do we pick?
We didn't. We left
Or
that off for
Sleeper.
Broadway Danny Rose.
Oh, we're leaving both of those off.
It goes Take the Money and Run, Annie Hall, Broadway Danny Rose. On our list, you could say,
Yeah, no, okay.
but
All right.
you could say, if you said, in other words, if you said Bananas over Broadway Danny Rose, I don't have a major issue with that. But I happen to love Broadway Danny Rose on a level. I saw it with my dad. It's the last movie I saw with my dad. My father loved the Woody Allen comedy stuff, and he saw the promo for it and loved it. And it was something besides baseball we could do together. And he was my best friend. He had so many flaws, but as a father to a son, I loved him to death. And the Jerry Lewis Cinema up the block from my house had Dollar Tuesdays. For $1, you could see a film. And in 1984, when that came out, he fell in 85. He goes, let's go see the $1 movie. We go to Woody Allen before we go to dinner with your mom at the hot dog stand there at 5 Points. Oh, it's so much fucking fun. Life was so great before the smartphone. Before our phones got smarter than us. This first generation, their phones are smarter than them.
Yes.
They're not as smart as their phones.
I agree.
Hey, phone, what's my girlfriend's name?
That's why they're always looking at the phone.
Yeah, I know
instead
they're
of other
looking at
people.
their phone.
Like, over here.
Actually, yeah, most girls, if they looked at something else besides me, would be good. Okay, so and we saw Broadway Danny Rose together and laughed like crazy, and so that it's got to be on it for me. But if you say Bananas or Sleeper over that, I can't argue with you, really.
I mean, those I saw. My dad actually liked all the really funny stuff, and
It's
I
a
got
great,
into him.
yeah. My father loved
with
the Annie Hall
those-
thing was a little too yuppie for him, but he loved the comedy,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I saw the sillier stuff first because I'm
Me
a
too.
little younger.
Channel
maybe, or
11
just-
too. So
I think
so. You're gonna keep you're gonna keep Broadway Danny Rose,
It's really good, but I think for me personally, just because of nostalgia,
right?
I'd probably have to do a Bananas or a Sleeper, and that's a really tough call. 'Cause
Right.
They're both so good.
So Broadway Danny Rose. So now that's 3. You're up to 3, and you have to put match point on. We all
Yeah,
agree.
you
Okay,
just got one
first
more.
of all, do we agree on that?
Yeah, that movie's
It's
great.
too good. It's because
great.
it's his latest thing that's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
I love that movie.
And the fact that he's much older when he does it proves he still has his fastball, I think. So, and it's not a comedy.
Exactly.
There's not one laugh in it. It's a dark drama.
Yep.
All right. And the fact that, again, the irony, It's used so brilliantly. You think when he throws that ring, it's going to fuck him over, and it's the thing that saves him. That's so fucking... How does he think of a script like that at 70? And it's in London.
Yeah. And
that wayfish guy is in it. It was another good-looking guy, the level of Ronan Farrow, right there, I mean. I could see a 55-year-old guy loving him.
But not a
not a younger guy, no.
No, not even a year.
Not a 54-year-old guy. So what's we got Broadway Danny Rose. So now we're down to one. You got Match Point, Broadway Danny Rose, Take the Money and Run, and Annie Hall. So it's one more. It's
solid.
Okay, and the one more is
solid.
Hannah and Her Sisters or Crimes and Misdemeanors. Pick one. What's a better movie? I have my choice. I love Hannah and Her Sisters. It's Crimes and Misdemeanors is a better film.
I think Crimes and Misdemeanors.
Crimes and Misdemeanors. 100%.
It's his masterpiece.
It's so good.
Yeah. Martin Landau said that Jack Nicholson came up to him after he saw it and went, "It's a fucking masterpiece." Jack Nicholson never in a Woody Allen movie. De Niro never in a Woody Allen movie. That sucks. You think of Pacino never.
Yeah.
I heard everybody gets 50 G's no matter who you are.
Really?
Yeah, you get 50 grand. I'll give you one that I don't think it's terrible on the level of the one with the American Pie guy, but or the Kenneth Branagh ruined Celebrity for me. It's the hottest Winona Ryder been in a film. I think the musical one doesn't work for me in Paris. Like everyone says, "I love you." Dan probably loves me.
No.
Yeah.
You know, do you agree? It doesn't. Dan, do you agree? It doesn't work.
It does not work for me.
You know, Notting Hill. I was watching the other day, Dan, and you love Notting Hill. If you sing it, it's actually a little bit better. If it's actually a musical. I'm just a girl in front of a boy. No, it doesn't work. I'm sorry. Look at Corey Lewandowski. He's going head-to-head with the black guys for Hillary Clinton. That kid's got an attitude, this kid. And him and Don Lemon try to black it up sometimes. It's so depressing. Because they're such educated, smart guy. I mean, Don Lemon is clearly a bright guy. I mean, and the kid who's I forget his name. He's got an African name, but he's got an IQ north of 140. That guy. He's clearly and they try to black it up. Like every once in a while, I mean, why show that as an example? You know, you're the smartest people at the table, and there's white people all over the place. You got to go to say that again, Brother Lemon. You looking sour, Lemon. Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, come on, guys. Show the young brothers that you don't have to go there.
You don't have to do the chitlin circuit.
Right. Put an S at the end of look, and he looks like a cricket. Eddie Murphy grew up on Roosevelt Island. He's a comedic genius, but Eddie Murphy knows to put an S at the end of look. But he's being funny. Go, Spock looked like a cricket. Not Spike looks like a cricket. Spock looked like a cricket. Not Spike looked like a cricket. Spock looked like a cricket. I'll be doing that in the shower all night. So I have my 5. Ladies and gentlemen, in my left hand, I have from the home office in Scottsdale, Arizona, the top 5 Woody Allen films that you would show to somebody.
So do we agree on all 5?
Well, I don't know. Number 5.
I'm with it.
Match Point. Number 4, Crimes and Misdemeanors. And number 3, Broadway Danny Rose. Number 3, Annie Hall. Number 2, Broadway Danny Rose. Number 1, the number 1 Woody Allen movie, Take the Money and Run, his first film. Go to the band. Gene Wilder died. We talked about this a little. Okay. When the producers came on Broadway and was the talk of the fucking town, I remember I was on a flight to LA and I read the review in the New York Times. The guy said, get ready to see nothing else at the St. James Theater for about 20 years. That's right. This is the greatest musical since Grease. What, blah, blah, blah. And praising up and down Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, Mel Brooks has become reborn in musical theater. The woman who directed it. You know, just a 5-star review from everybody. And I go see it the Saturday after 9/11. I happen to have tickets, and I was part-time on Stern. Wow. I was dating this girl at the time. My God, she was what a sweetheart. I got infatuated with Dana, and I let that one go. But she was half Sicilian, half Colombian. Really hot.
That's a combo.
Oh, yeah, she was really hot. And very, very, very sweet. her pussy was shaved just a little bit.
Oh God!
This is 2001. I mean, like just a little. You know what I'm saying?
Edgy.
Just enough.
Nice.
Just enough. Just enough to know she's a lady.
Man.
Just
So
enough
you'd
to
say
let-
well manicured.
Well, yeah,
If
just
it was
a
a garden.
lady.
Right, just enough to let you know that she's not Sunni.
Oh, good God.
Just enough to let you know there's no FBI going to knock down the door.
How was forehead size?
Perfect.
Right.
She had a perfect lady forehead because the brain wasn't as big as mine because I'm a man. She did as she was told. No, I'm kidding. Sicilian dad, very scary. No, she was such a doll, and I was there. And as a gift to my Uncle Tommy, my godfather, I took him and my Aunt Gail to see. Months before, I bought tickets to see the producers, and again, the hottest thing in the world at the time. Tickets cost me $800 a pop. I scalped them. I had some sitcom money, so I do Stern that whole week after 9/11. The city was really in a weird. Were you in town for that week?
Yes.
Were you, okay.
I lived below 14th Street, too, so it was like
Yeah,
a military zone.
Dan, you were living in the second city.
Yeah.
No, they didn't bomb anything there. Why would they? Do you think they would? What about the Sears Tower? Aha! Just kidding. Why would we waste explosives on the fucking Sears Tower? Maybe as a dry run.
Wow.
Damn.
Maybe as a dry run to the Sears Tower.
Wow.
Maybe Wrigley Field a dry run. Don't knock down all the championship trophies.
Oh, my God.
Maybe we fly a plane into Oprah. Hit the biggest, blackest thing there. You mean the Sears Tower? No. I mean Oprah. I'm sorry, jihadis. You said hit the biggest, blackest thing we can find on Michigan Avenue. We flew a plane into Oprah Winfrey. You idiot! I meant the Sears Tower. Oh, we went with width, not length. I'm sorry, jihadi. Well, did it work? No, the plane bounced off. We did kill. What's the boyfriend's name? I had it.
Stedman.
We did kill Stedman. Robert Smigel, one of the funniest guys ever, used to do those cartoons. And one of the cartoons, the funniest one ever, talk about a premise that's convoluted but so fucking funny. One of the cartoons on SNL that he did was Stedman as a superhero. Stedman.
Oh, those are great.
Okay. And here's Stedman.
Those are great.
Stedman plays a
I remember
superhero.
that.
His only power as a superhero is he's able to, just as he's about to fuck Oprah Winfrey, he makes an excuse where he doesn't have to fuck her. Yet he still gets the money.
Yeah.
And the drawing of her is so insulting and mean. It's like she's got these bags under her eyes, and she's got this big pink nightie on, and Stedman is in the other room in a superhero outfit with a big S on it, and he's with 5 hot blondes. And she goes, Stedman, I'm done with the show finally. I'm ready. And he's like, damn. He's like, he tells the chicks to hide. He walks in, and just as she's about to kiss him, he goes, oh, wait, it's my phone. Are you kidding me? Honey, I gotta go. There's 5 guys raping a woman in Manhattan. I have to leave. Really? You have to go? Do you need any money? He goes, yeah, I'll take $30 million out of the safe. She goes, take 40. Okay, I'll take $40 million. He goes to his safe, takes $40 million out, and she goes to kiss him goodnight and goes, oh, no, I don't want to. I have the flu. I don't want to. So he flies away, and before he flies away, he loads the 5 hot blondes on the plane. 5 hours later, he's like having an orgy, and she goes, I'm just calling to check in. Are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm in the middle of a fight. I'm fighting some of them off. Stedman, there's a theme song. His only power is he figures out how not to fuck her, yet still get the money.
Yep. Those are great.
I wish
Digital shorts.
I'm not making that up. Yeah, no, he was amazing. Fun with real audio.
Oh, those were awesome.
A Friends episode, real dialogue from a Friends episode, and it's the cafe thing that Dan probably secretly loved, David Trimmer, and you love that shit. So, so they're doing the whole scene in the cafe, Central Perk. Oh, the douche chills. And in the background, he has all these like awful tragedies in the history of the world. Like you see, like children getting eaten by wolves, and you see terrorist attacks, and people like being buried alive by Hitler, and like the Holocaust, and like babies like having exorcisms, and you just hear the real audio of the show. Rachel, I don't have to go there. Why? People turning into werewolves. He has the Holocaust. People getting marched into Auschwitz in the background, and it's audio from their fucking show. From Central Park. Oh, it's so fucking great. Oh, it's so fucking great. Come on, dude. Tommy Lee's going to be how old?
He's born in 64.
Right. So once in a while I watch
Still confused.
the video where he fucks the hottest chick on the planet.
Yeah.
And in between,
Dude.
smokes weed and stirs a yacht with his cock.
Honks a horn. Let's not remember that.
Exactly.
Chestnut.
People say to me, what's your first reaction to that tape? I'm like, my first reaction was, it's got my best weekend beat. My best weekend includes like, I don't know, I would have bet on a Knick game, What a life!
The one in your book at the Satai Hotel, people
That's
would.
good.
It's not as good.
Oh,
That's a
No,
good one.
Satai, you're talking the Delano.
yeah.
I got a blowjob from a smoking hot young porno star.
We're putting that in this book.
We are, right?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
In front of the Delano in Miami on a January night with a breeze at 5 a.m. And again, the best blowjob. I mean, again, she should teach seminars, college courses on how to blow somebody. The only one better was a 68-year-old Asian woman in that one section of San Francisco, the Tenderloin District. She literally was in between washing dishes and came over and dipped her head in like some palm olive, put a net on, boiled her hands.
Oh my God.
And you know when a chiropractor tells you to look the other way and snaps your neck?
Yeah.
That's what she did with me. She goes, look over there. No!
And then all smiles.
Yeah. I came all over her. It wasn't hard to cover her. She was about 2'8".
Oh man.
You pay that one? I pay, thank you. Okay. You want eclair? And she told me about a great place for eclairs right next. And then I went and got an eclair and I walked down the street. I was the happiest human being. The look on my face is the definition of happy. The definition of happy. After that, the only chick who was almost as good as that Asian woman is the chick who blew me, and she was much hotter, 22-year-old. And just a great gal. Of course, I told her I could get her on the Stern Show. I got her website to crash. I mentioned it. Howard knew I was co-bartered in, though. And during the course, she's like, I'm glad I got already laid tonight. Well, listen, $900,000 a year is not enough. I need a blowjob once in a while. But she was, and then we cuddled. We cuddled on the beach in Miami. And I said to myself, life should end now. My life would say the end. The end. Over. At the end of the match point, he gets away with it. Over. Nope. I had to keep going and ruin it. Anthony, your thoughts?
Yeah. This is.
I had to go to Paris.
This is part of what we worked on in the book.
Right. We're gonna.
All these details and more coming up.
This next book is going to
next
be.
book.
We're going to let it out. I didn't say stuff because of statute of limitations in some of the first two books. I will say this: I am very. It is very, very happy. It makes me so happy inside to know. Anthony's here. Become like family. We're writing our third book together, and the first two are. If this is bestseller, it's our third bestseller.
Yeah, man.
First one was #1. It's unbelievable the success like on that. I've never had the success in any other part of show business except author. Author of all fucking things. Of course, so much of it is because of Anthony. And our agents have taken their time. We signed this deal 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We still haven't gotten paid because here's a conversation I had with my agent.
Well,
listen,
that guy-
man, you're not getting paid a lot out of this first check, and I got quite frankly, I think Anthony's taking advantage of your friendship. I think he's getting overpaid. And I said, really? Okay, well, let's break this down. Yeah, I haven't told Anthony that yet.
Nope. That's the first I've heard of it.
Okay, so I said, let's break this down. You're getting 10%, right? And the other gutter snipe is getting 15%, which I found out that day.
He's getting, the agent gets 15. Right?
And then the other agent gets 10.
Yeah, the other-
I'm getting
yeah.
10 and 15.
Manager.
And my lawyer gets 20.
What other agent?
Oh, I'm sorry, manager. Where the fuck he
Manager,
is.
sorry. Yeah.
Same shit. So that's 25. My lawyer is the only one worth anything. The only true believer. The only true guy who prays at the right time. He's getting 5. So that's 30% off the top. We hired a guy that we definitely needed to write a proposal to get the deal. You definitely needed him. That's 10 G's.
That was
we
highway
needed him.
robbery.
We needed him. We needed him.
Not.
We needed him. We needed you to get me in the room. That's all we needed. He says to me, he goes, well, to get the deal. No, just get me in the room, Dick Lick. You're talking with a couple of guys who got 2 best-selling books, 2 bestsellers in a row. You can't get me in a room. You need to get me in a room and then preferably leave the room.
Yeah, totally.
If you stay in the room, shut up. Everything you think of saying is wrong in the room. I don't know how to put this lightly. When we're in the room pitching the show, if I'm speaking or Anthony's speaking, everything you think that might be cute, an anecdote, a joke, what it might be about, a recommendation for a title, telling one of the fucking people we're trying to sell to the shirt's nice, talking about another client, asking where the bathroom is, asking if they like your shirt, saying this is a nice table, saying the building's beautiful, saying what a great location it's in, say I have the same blouse. Everything you're thinking of saying is wrong. Is the wrong direction. If the option is saying anything that pops into your head or shutting the fuck up, the latter is always the choice. Every single fucking time. Get me in the room, shut up, and Anthony and I will get your kid through college. That's what I need from you. Okay, so you're getting 10%. Dick Lick McGee over there is getting 50%. By the way, this guy was wearing a scarf. It was June.
Yeah.
It was June. He's wearing a scarf. I said, "Who are you, John Voight?
April.
You John Voight over here. What are you going to the Tonys tonight?" Probably was.
It was a very noticeable scarf, very thick,
very magenta, pastel colors
with a suit.
Oh yeah, he had an anecdote. I had a similar story about. Shut up.
We shut him down. Remember?
Well, no, Anthony had to do a sign. Anthony, I was telling an anecdote. First of all, I'm killing.
Yeah, you were.
People are belly laughing. They probably wrote a check that
They did.
I just know how to handle that. That's the only thing I do well. The only thing God made me good at was I could kill in a room like that. I'm destroying. And Scarfy McGee and Nicky Scarfo. If you make me want a scarf.
Oh man.
Okay, decides he has an anecdote about another author who blew somebody. Shut up. Anthony gave him he gave him the hand.
He did.
The hand that Howard used to give people sometimes. I loved it. Yeah. David Dash brought Dirt McGirt in. Old Dirty Bastard. And Howard was letting Old Dirty Bastard speak, and he was being funny because he couldn't speak. And David Dash didn't want Dirt McGirt to sound stupid, so he started to interrupt, and Howard said, "Put the hand up." And guess what David Dash did? She shut up. Anthony had a shut up scarf boy.
You were doing great. You did not need any fucking
They just had to sit there, and they get 10%. So I said to my agent, I said, "Okay, let's break this down. Anthony's the problem. Is that your theory? Okay, fine."
Why do people always make you the problem?
So because they're agents.
All right.
They think that they think I'm going to throw in with them.
Right.
That's what they think. And a lot of the assholes they represent probably do. Because for some reason they think they're important. I said, so you guys taking 25% total for basically answering a phone, walking in the lobby and telling some broad her hair looks nice, and then sitting there and when you speak, you almost ruin it. You're getting 15%. Yet the guy who I'm giving, probably underpaying in the long run, who I'm going to tell a story to, and he's going to make it a book. I'm going to tell a story about a time I robbed a canoe in the 9th grade, which I would have done anyway that day, to a guy with a tape recorder, and he's going to turn it into a fucking book. That guy's fee is the problem. You're the reason we want to kill people.
Yeah. Well, they should take it off of yours. They should take it after you pay me, not off the top.
Of course, please. Oh, come on. Of course. That argument, my head will fucking explode.
Yeah.
They take it off the top.
Not cool, dude.
I went through. Were you there when we stole a canoe with the Remo brothers? No, you were in private school. You were picking out a scarf for your confirmation day. You were telling Aerosmith the set list at your bat mitzvah. Dad, can they do Walk This Way?
Oh my God.
Oh, Dad, can you buy Run DMC too? I thought you got Run. No, Dad, Aerosmith and Run DMC. Oh, you're so unhip. No, I want the hip hop version. The other guy was picking out scarves. Unbelievable.
Oh, man.
Would you want your kid to have no scarves? Make me mad. You want your kid to have a bunch of scarves? Take less money. Let me and Anthony write a book.
Well, this is why we had a writing delay.
Yeah, we got a writing delay.
Well, for like 4 or 5 months.
The lucky that these guys Anthony and I can write a book in 2 weeks.
Pretty much.
We wrote 2 bestsellers in a total of 6 weeks. Because people like you got out of the fucking way. You got up and you're telling, Jesus Christ, you're telling a fucking Tribe Called Quest that you want an acoustic version of a Ward tour. To Daddy. Well, I was stealing a canoe with the Remo brothers. One's a book, one isn't. You know why? Because one's interesting. The other one's gay. When you were 26 and you came out and you were in an ne'er-do-well, you said, Dad, buy me an agency. Okay. Here. My father fell off a roof. And you're telling me what to do. Go fuck yourself. How dare you. Don't let the showbiz door hit you in your fucking ass on the way out. And don't let me get my hands on that scarf. I will strangle you. I will pull a Carlo in The Godfather with that scarf. It's as if Clemenza choked Carlo with a magenta fag scarf. Hello, Carlo. You think I have some anger?
Nope.
They have the balls to say, "Oh, yeah, Anthony, I'm getting paid Anthony," but shut up. Shut up.
Yeah.
All Anthony does, I don't even have to. Anthony basically overhears me telling someone a story, and he makes it a book. I have to come up with. I have trouble picking out who to dedicate it to. I didn't even write the title. My mother wrote the first title. I can't. My friend's cousin wrote the second title. Crash and burn, baby. Crash and burn. Anyway, I go to see this unbelievable play. It's supposed to be the greatest thing ever. Matthew Broderick, Nathan Lane. By the way, so we get there. I pay $800 a ticket. As before the curtain goes up, Nathan Lane has the flu.
Oh.
Okay.
What?
Nathan Lane has the fucking flu.
Oh.
But you're in luck. You may not know his name, but in the world of theater, he's renowned. Please welcome Fruit Sucker Cocklick. And you know what? It was the same. It was a scarf guy. Apparently he did some acting. No, it's not Nathan Lane. He just might as well have said, it's another guy. Nathan Lane, Matthew Broderick, I think is down there, but Nathan Lane's the shit. He's the guy.
Yeah.
He's Melchins Bialystok.
Yeah.
He's Homo Mostel.
Oh, that sucks.
I can't even see. Yeah, I don't see. I don't see Nathan fucking Lane. But and then Matthew Broderick. Okay,
Who's great?
he does a fine job. Again, I saw him one time. I saw him in the Hell's Kitchen. He was wearing clogs.
Like Crocs or wooden clogs?
No, clogs. Wooden clogs.
Wooden. Come on. Really?
This is 1988.
Wow.
Yeah.
Racy.
Exactly,
Edgy.
Exactly. Very edgy. The edge of something. The rim of something.
Rimmy.
Yeah. Remy. Jesus Christ. What's going on?
So no Nathan Lane in the
no
movie.
Nathan Lane.
That's like no Yul Brenner in the
Exactly. The King and
Doesn't
I.
work.
How fucking sick of the King and I was Yul Brenner. But
Jeez. Talk about
8,000
typecasting.
I know. He did 8,000 of them.
I know. And then the movie, right?
Did he ever like shit his pants? Like he's It's so boring.
He's just the king.
Right. It's so boring. I tell you, Billy Crystal seems like an enormous asshole. One of the funniest things I ever saw, a sketch he did on Saturday Night Live. Yul Brenner's travel agency. No, you cannot get that directly. You have to change in Atlanta. Nobody under 50 gets it. Nobody under 55 gets it. Yeah. So Matthew Broderick does a great job. But again, a whole generation is going, wow, he's so great at that part. But you know what? No. Rent the producers.
Yeah.
With Gene Wilder, just the absurdity of like when he goes, fatty, with just out of nowhere. Like who does that with that line? That's all from Gene Wilder. That's all him. That's all original thinking. Yeah. He's the direct opposite of a hack. A hack is unoriginal, derivative, like, a thief. He's the direct opposite of that in comedic acting. He's an original, a rare thing. The guy was unfucking believable. And Gene Wilder tries to essentially do an imitation of that, and it was terrible.
You mean Nathan Lane?
I mean Nathan Lane.
Yeah.
No, Nathan. No. Matthew Broderick tries to do
Matthew Broderick.
tries to do it. He should have wore clogs. he's doing a shitty impression of Nathan Lane. Just do something. I mean, of Matthew Broderick. I mean, of
Gene
fucking Gene Wilder. I mean, of Van Wilder. Just do something else, Matthew. Don't try to do that. The fatty thing, because that's all him. It said on the script. I guarantee it said, and Mel Brooks probably wrote the script. He calls him fat. Calls Bialystok fat. Says fatty. And out of that, Gene Wilder's fatty. I'm in pain. Now I'm wet. That whole thing.
Yeah.
On the paper, it probably just said I'm in pain. I'm wet. And he does that. And Matthew Broderick tries to it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Matthew's got his own thing too. He didn't have to. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He shouldn't have imitated him.
Is it right? Exactly. Do something Matthew Broderick could do.
Yeah.
He's
charming enough.
Absolutely. Something like the choices he made in Max Dugan Returns. And that choice, he woke up one day and said, "I'll go with the clogs."
Did you happen to see Mel Brooks on Fallon?
No, recently no.
Yeah,
I saw the last
talking
couple
about Gene.
Yeah, the stories he tells. When did that happen? It was yesterday, I guess. Or the other day?
Yeah, he was talking about.
I'd love it.
When he was writing the producers,
right?
And Gene's quote was hilarious. It was like, so it's about two Jewish guys who are representing a flop. he's like, call me when you get the money. He's like, and he came back and he got the money, and he said when he handed it to him, he's like, this is your part. I forget what he was doing, something on Broadway.
Yeah,
Gene
he
was
was a very accomplished stage actor, Gene Wilder.
And he said
which makes sense.
When he gave it to him, he loved the idea so much he started crying. He threw it on his makeup table and just started crying because he was so excited.
Wow! So he was gay as well. No, but that makes sense because that's the passion. Okay, now I'll jump forward to another film with a similar thing. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Think about. Okay, it's been remade, and a whole generation thinks Johnny Depp is the guy. Okay,
God.
I love Johnny Depp. I do. But you realize that movie isn't even remotely memorable unless Gene Wilder does something with that part. It's sort of just an odd, quirky thing. All that shit he does is his choice. I guarantee, as an actor, when the one girl is whining and he goes, "Please stop! Don't do it! Come back!"
Oh, yeah.
Like he's not.
He's not going to stop
he
her.
doesn't give a
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, exactly.
Again, irony. Like as an actor, please stop! I guarantee that's all him. That's his arrow in his quiver.
Yeah.
He got another arrow in his quiver. And an actor, me and Dan, Key and Peele.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the kid Key or Peele, one of them, the lighter skinned, skinny one.
Key is he's
He goes, he's being interviewed, and he's talking about the fact that he can be an actor and he can also be great at improvisational comedy. And Charlie Rose said to him, "Wow, so you can do both?" And he goes, "Yeah, Charlie, I have a master's degree in acting, but it's as if I also have an amazing arrow in my quiver." That's improvisational comedy. I'm not kidding. He said that.
Wow.
And we did a 4-hour special.
And he was 100. He wasn't kidding.
Oh no, not
No,
even close.
no.
No. He said it's like I have this other amazing arrow in my quiver.
Wow.
And I said to Dan, this is one of those moments where not only do we not like this, what is stopping us from driving to the studio, politely asking where he is, and on the way to the studio stop at a Modell's and pick up a fungo bat. And right on the fungo bat, pompous ass, be good stick. Then caving in the side of his head. And then waking up Charlie Rose for the first time in 30 years. Charlie, you're on. Someone give him smelling salts. Does anyone else see Charlie Rose is clearly asleep?
Yeah. Does he have like an IV of Johnny Walker Black? Just seems very sedate in a very old school way.
Well, it's either that or he's interviewing people who say another arrow in my quiver. Again. So in when you describe the remake of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, you go, okay, what do you have? It's going to be amazing. We have, Johnny Depp. We have landmark, up-to-date special effects. We have, who's the director?
Tim Burton.
We have Tim Burton. What's he drinking? Champagne cocktail. Godfather 2. No, so you got Tim Burton, you got Johnny Depp, you got up-to-date, fascinating, unbelievably great special effects. You have, instead of the offensive midgets, politically correct world, we have these this interesting-looking odd man who we're going to just recreate 1,000 times in the same outfit. I guess that's and we're going to have all this, so it's going to be even better. And in the sense of box, I think it made $70 million its first weekend, $400 million. Willy Wonka, something I read in Gene Wilder's biography in the New York Times. Was it Chicago Tribune? No, New York Times. And something I read there. It was a box office flop, the original, but of course it caught on because people started to appreciate it, much like Beer League and Dirty Work. Clearly in the Williamsburg, Brooklyn area.
Yeah.
And
big with the Nighthawk kids.
Exactly, the Nighthawk fans. With the pot smoking laugh, they were all at Willy Wonka.
I love that.
Art, this guy eats chocolate.
Artie had the best line. Remember the kid who was like, Dirty Work's the greatest movie of all time. And Artie just goes, have you ever rented The Deer Hunter? It's my favorite part.
She rented Deer Hunter.
Funny.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I've seen it. Dirty Work's better.
Why is that one good too? Is Norm in that too? The pot smoking man. Yo, Art, are you in Deer Hunter? Yo, it's just gonna be in Vanity Fair. Yo, Art, while we were watching the movie, we had mozzarella and tomatoes.
So basically, like everyone sounds like Jeff Spicoli.
It's a laugh you eventually get.
Yeah.
If you smoke too much pot. I knew kids who grew up in North Jersey, not Valley boy or girl.
Yeah.
And they eventually got that laugh. Yo, Art, we're gonna go get some pizza at Seaside Heights. Yo, Art, I got tickets for the Cro-Mags. I'm friends with Blood Clot. Oh yeah. Johnny Bloodclot, a talented guy, charismatic, great on stage, and a guy you don't fuck with, he will drop you. Oh. He will drop you. So, again, so you have all these things, but here's what you don't have. You don't have Gene fucking Wilder.
Yeah.
You don't have him. I mean, what a great acting job. Well, he pulls off all that stuff like the Stop and Don't Come Back. The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Yeah.
All that shit. That's amazing. If you're a kid, you're young. If you're just a person with feelings, you love it no matter what age you are. 54, 55. No one knows. We can believe it. Here's me. I was at that thing.
Christie?
I was playing softball next to him in the softball uniform. Standing next to him in a softball, I look like Sarah Jessica Parker. His ass is enormous. You buy into all that comedy, but guess what else you buy into? The end, where he tells the kid he won, and he's sentimental, and he's happy for the kid, and the kid's crying. Jack Albertson, by the way, from Chico and the Man, figure out which one he is, but Jack Albertson. And you totally buy into it. You're like, wow, you almost cry. He's that good. He goes from the comedy to telling that kid he won. You won, Charlie. You won. You're a nice kid, Charlie. You're not an asshole like the other ones. You're not a glutton. You're not an asswipe. You win. He goes from you stole fuzzy lifting drink, and you violated this part of the contract, etc., etc., etc. You stole fuzzy lifting drink, etc., etc., etc. He goes from that to you won, Charlie. And as a kid, you feel like Charlie. You feel like Gene Wilder's hugging you. I didn't feel like Johnny Depp was hugging me.
Yeah.
Hitting me, maybe, but not hugging.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
some people deserve it.
At least he didn't try to do a facsimile of the original.
No, that's right.
It was just a totally different movie.
That's
it
right.
was
It
bizarre
was. So it's
and
Tim
weird
Burton.
and,
It's
yeah.
Tim Burton making the movie.
Yeah.
Oh. It's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Oh.
Chocolate hash.
Oh. You put hash in the schnozberries. Do the schnozberries taste like schnozberries? As a kid, Dan Rather looks 114 years old. Look at him. He looks like Marlon Brando when he gets encrusted in the Fortune of Solitude. Look at him. What's the frequency, Kenneth? Talking to Don Lemon. Dan Rather's really... He looks loaded. His inner voice is saying, don't say the N-word, don't say the N-word.
Oh my God.
You know, Dan Rather's going, who does this fucking fruit think he is? I was a bottom in the 70s. I was at Plato's Retreat with Liberace. I opened Plato's Retreat. I was a bottom for coked up Ryan O'Neal. I remember Ryan O'Neal made me his bottom while Tatum watched.
That's when men were men.
That's when men were men. I blew the horse Bianca Jagger rode in on her birthday. You want to see fucking gay, buddy? Truman Capote fucking blew me while I read Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, Jesus.
You're kidding me. I fucked Truman Capote. Like, alcohol is the least of it. Dan, I've been up for 3 days. I just wrote out, you coming to my black and white party at the plaza? Dan, Bianca and I just rode in on a horse together. Oh, yeah. I think Steve Rubel's doing too much blow. Did you ever see, Steve's not circumcised? You don't know that? I do. Did anybody see Keith Mooney? He owes me $10. He's been dead for 9 years. Oh. I'm thinking of John Entwistle. Hey, is Don Lemon here? I want to make him my bottom. He's 3 years old. Oh. We'll wait 2 years. It's soon you here. I love Asians with abnormally large craniums. I love getting big head. Oh. This is my friend. He smokes a lot of pot. He's 14 from Williamsburg. He was at the Dirty Work screening. How you doing, buddy? Oh. Did you read my books? Did you read In the Heat of the Night? That's not your book. What's the one with Rod Steiger? I love it. Yeah. I blew Sidney Poitier. Who's the colored guy in the Night movie? Sidney Poitier. Yeah, I know I got that right. We're going to studio with Liza. Yeah. We're going to go do coke in the men's room. And then I'm going to come out in a scarf like John Voight and the asshole agent already got for his book. And this is my friend Pot Smoke McGee. Oh. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Oh. You mean Tiffany's like the jewelry store? Oh. Where would you have breakfast there? Oh. It's a metaphor. So you don't have an omelet like on the watches? Oh. Well, sort of. Do you know Ava? Ava Gabor? Oh. Well, that's our podcast.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Gene Wilder. My point is, he did shit that even the greats, and I'm not bashing Johnny Depp or Matthew Broderick. I'm just saying, the point I'm trying to make is even those guys couldn't recreate what he was. And, you know, a lot of people can't recreate what those guys are, too, but why even try when someone's that good? And the turn he makes in Willy Wonka from stealing fuzzy lifting drink to you won, Charlie. Not many people ever in the world of acting, in the history of acting, can do shit, can make that turn and make it believable.
Very true.
Right, Pot Smoke? Oh. All right, we've been talking a while, but the great Anthony Bozza. And anything else you want to recommend, mention besides the fact that we're doing the book, the third book? It'll be about gambling. Look for it next year sometime. But anything else you got flying? Always working. You still dating Lindsay Lohan?
Oh God. Yeah. Passed her off to my Russian friend.
I'll tell you.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Anthony looked so cool in the tabloids. He was walking around London with Lindsay Lohan, who looked very needy. She had like a martini. It was too. Now what happened? What are you talking about? Russian friend? Who?
Well, she was engaged to that Russian billionaire, and then
she was.
over.
I don't get the flyer on her anymore, but
yeah,
Dan is up on it.
She was, and then there's
the guy. So she was dating a billionaire,
like a 23-year-old billionaire.
And there was a fight on the beach or something.
What are the details, Dan?
What was the story? It was last week.
Yeah, the whole story. You know,
I get all the alerts.
Dan always knows all the gay stories that he says he gets them doing manly things to cover up every time. I'm like, how do you know that? How do you know that about it?
I was lifting at the
right,
gym.
exactly. They have it when you're lifting weights. They have updates on them.
TMZ.
They have updates on Lance Bass all the time when you're playing baseball. In Chicago, when you're lifting weights while you're watching a football game and gambling, they have the Lance Bass. Oh, come on. Lance Bass updates. Look at how old Dan Rather looks. Oh, my God. All right, so, and again, we're working out with the agents.
Yeah, we're back after a long hiatus that had nothing to do with us. Now we're going to get going, right?
Right, of course. I told my agent, I said, if the check goes to your house first and you don't immediately mail it to me, you're in physical danger.
They do get it first.
No, they're not.
Not in this case.
Not this time.
Next time,
like Sidney Greenstreet of the Maltese Falcon. Well, I sent some agents to get it. Well, they got it, but I don't have it. But I'm going to get it.
Next time, we're just going to write a sample chapter like we did and walk in and just have your lawyer do the deal.
Right. $10,000 for a proposal.
That was... Wow.
He wrote a book report, the guy.
I took the thing that I wrote, and then... Yeah, whatever.
Little chewing, little tenderizing, down you go. You know me, you know I earn a living. I write a proposal about your book. We send it in and pretend that's what got us in the door. And then I get $10,000 off the top. That's how I earn a living. Is this movie about Roberto Duran that De Niro's in?
It is.
Okay, so it's about... So who does De Niro play? His manager? That crazy guy who was always in the corner with him? Remember
I think he does.
Duran played that crazy guy who was always in the corner?
That's him. It's supposed to be great.
Yeah, it looks, well, I hope so. It looks good.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Sugar Ray Leonard's hot, right? Yeah. Sometimes I get him. Sometimes he just goes, yeah, man. I think, oh, fuck. By the way, these Otezla commercials, this girl stopped bleeding from her pussy.
What does this medication do?
It stops you from, I think it's, look at her, she's dancing because she can dance because she's allowed to, cause she doesn't bleed from her pussy anymore.
So it's a period
She can't stop
stopper?
bleeding. Well, Tesla stops something. And these two creeps from Ancestry.com. Look at how creepy that guy is.
I thought I married an Italian.
Well, that's the guy he's like a typical millennial guy. They're in Williamsburg. They got the pants. And they clearly don't work. Their parents are giving them money. Ancestry.com. I thought I married an Italian. Turns out I married a creep. Yeah. And we have two of the craziest people running for president of all time. If Hillary Rodham Clinton doesn't stop fucking yelling.
Yeah, no.
Stop yelling. And her, again. And Trump's kids are getting more and more annoying. Except for Ivanka. Ivanka's so fucking hot, but she talks like she's straight out of a prep school. My father told us when we were young, find something you're passionate about and just go for it with all the rhetoric in the world. I don't think that's how you use rhetoric. Well, that's how I'm using it. He said, find something you're passionate about and just use all your rhetoric to get there. I really don't think that's how you use it. Well, that's how I'm using it. Can you say it again? We didn't get it. Sure. My father taught us when we were young. Just get something you're passionate about and rhetoric go all over the place. Again, I don't think you're right. That was wrong. I'll say it again. That you're throwing me off. Stop flustering me. Okay, I'm sorry. My father told us when we were young to find something you're passionate about and then get out your rhetoric and beat it. I'm sorry. She talks so like, prep school.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Where have they been the last 2 weeks? Up until I saw
It's August, dude. They're vacationing.
Donald Trump Jr.
They're vacationing. Eric is making out with his wife while a paid midget whore is shoving something in his ass. Listen, honey, while I'm making out with you, I have an amazing midget. An amazing midget's going to shove his amazing foot up my amazing ass. And it's a sexual hang-up I have, but we're rich. So don't say this out loud. I'm going to tell a midget we're sending him on a vacation, but we're going to have the midget killed. My father said he can't, he doesn't mind the sexual hang-up. He understands it. He goes, by the way, it's an amazing sexual hang-up. And I pay my kids to be amazing. But the midget, we as much as we don't want to do this, we have to have the midget killed. And there's a midget burial ground outside Mar-a-Lago. I've buried a lot of midgets there who know too much. So basically, I understand the sexual hang. You need something in your ass to come while you're making out. I understand. I had that problem with your mother. So what I'd like you to do is tell her to get a large eggplant and shave it so it's white. Shave the skin off it so it's white. And basically, I'd like her to get a midget with good forearms.
Oh, man.
And then while you're making out with your wife, who I find attractive, just let her know I find her attractive. And let her know where my bunk is. And that Melania is, like we'll say, open-minded. And, Dad, what are you talking about? Just shut up. Okay, I'm having an amazing conversation with you. Okay, while you're making out with your amazing wife, tell the amazing midget to put the amazing skinned mullignon up your ass.
Yeah.
You wanted me to put a mullignon up my asshole? Well, yes. Absolutely. And then don't put it more than halfway because you might have some scar tissue. Oh, God. And then when you ejaculate all over your amazing wife's face, take an amazing boiling shower, and then come down for brunch.
Oh.
And then make sure you let your amazing wife know that, again, me and Melania are very open-minded. And I want to know if she wants a threesome with Corey Lewandowski and myself. Does she mind if Corey Lewandowski watches?
Now
With a creepy look on his face.
He's always got a creepy look on his
Wow, Dad, I can't come because Corey Lewandowski's watching. Did you try shoving a roasted pepper up your ass? Don Lemon's in the other room. He's with your brother, Donald Trump Jr.
Oh,
They're having an amazing time. They're shoving your brother Barron up. Your brother Barron is shoved up Don Lemon's ass. And Don Lemon's yelling out songs from the South. Anderson Cooper's Pooper. Anderson Cooper Pooper Stooper. Yeah. So we're having all the criminals are getting sent out. Like it'll be so quick your head will spin for the amazing wall. And yeah, if you hear any screams in the middle of the night, that's an amazing roasted pepper being shoved up an amazing asshole that we call Don Lemon. Corey Lemon, he is odd. Like, doesn't he look? The black surrogate for Hillary looks at him so mad. Look at the black surrogate for Hillary. He looks so disturbed by Corey Lewandowski.
He looks like
He looks odd, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
he looks like he's been shaved. Like he's supposed to have more hair.
He looks like the skeleton of a gorilla.
Yeah, exactly.
You look at him. Corey Lewandowski looks like he does. He looks like a shaved some sort of mammal.
Someone did something. to
somebody
him.
put the skin back on the skeleton in Manhattan when they're in the schoolroom.
There you go.
They did?
No, that's what I'm saying. His head. He just. It looks. Look.
He looks like
Head
he's
on,
been
it looks-
shorn
Yeah.
for an experiment or something.
Well, it could be any skeleton. What about the woman on the right?
He's got one lip.
The woman on the right. But I'll tell you what I can do with that one lip, pal.
Yeah.
Look at the woman on the right. These CNN people are so condescending to when they are. If they have an obvious like win, you know, like Corey, again, are you telling me you can't hear me in your earpiece? You're being ridiculous. What kind of rhetoric is this?
She looks like an angry girlfriend.
You mean a girlfriend?
Yeah.
All right. I love you, Ant. We're going to get to
Love
work
you,
on the
man.
third book. I look for Ant to be involved in the podcast anytime anyway. Ant, he knows how to hang out, and I love him for it.
Yeah, dude.
And